Hello, welcome to a great day with Hunter Mizar. I'm in Artful Bon studio right now with local artist Bonnie Akbar. Bonnie, welcome. I'm glad that you're here. You are an incredible artist. And I'm just curious, a lot of people know about your work, but when did it start for you? When did you know, I've got a real talent for this? I like art. I could do something with it. When did that happen? At a young age?
Well, I was encouraged at a young age.
Okay.
I always remember my mom doing ceramics, painting, my dad doing leatherworking, woodworking, and so I was encouraged. And I always had art stuff. I mean, I grew up when there was not TV. We were so excited when Fox came into the,
Sure.
we didn't have cable. There wasn't,
Yeah.
all that. And so you just got busy on things. And my mom, I think with 4 kids, figured this will keep her busy. So we learned all those things. We learned with watercolors. We learned, Play-Doh things that we made and Legos and sewing. I mean, it was always encouraged. As far as having a talent, I had a desire.
Okay.
I'm pretty much self-taught.
Hmm.
I still am not sure it's about talent, but more about practice.
Okay.
Truly.
Yeah.
I don't think that what I do is really that talented. I think that it's just I'm getting better and I'm getting and it's nice.
Yeah.
But I didn't think that I might even want to paint until I took one course in college.
Okay.
And I still have that painting. Actually, it's a painting of my grandmother's farm in Tennessee.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And it was fascinating, but I didn't have time.
Yeah.
When I was raising kids, as
Sure.
you guys know, you don't have time.
Uh-huh.
So being a teacher and everything, I was kind of a workaholic, plus always busy. I didn't start painting again until after the kids were in college.
Wow.
And I always did little things in between. I did some sewing, and my mom and I got into quilting, but painting wasn't on the radar.
Okay.
I actually didn't start it until about, 2012. Yeah, I was in a car accident.
Wow.
And my traumatic brain injury, my brain wouldn't calm down, and they suggested art. So I went to
Really?
art classes.
Okay.
I had to go, I went to those paint and sip classes, where you
Sure.
have the music and you have the wine, and it was, my anxiety was so strong that I had to go with earplugs because I couldn't handle the music.
Wow.
And half the time I would have to leave. But it got me interested again.
Yeah.
And it calmed my brain so that for just that short amount of time, I wasn't having repetitive thoughts and things going over and over in my head. And so that's what art kind of brought back to me.
Yeah.
Is this an ability to be calm. And when I moved up here, it wasn't on my radar to do this. I was teaching.
Okay. You were teaching art?
No,
Okay.
elementary school teacher. Up here I was teaching as a 5th grade teacher.
Okay.
Most of my experiences was 2nd grade, so
Okay.
sometimes if I treat people like a 2nd grader, you just say knock
Right,
it
that's
off.
your training. Yeah, sure.
But so I identify most as being an elementary teacher, and but it became harder and harder with my anxiety and with I didn't really tell my colleagues this much, but computers are so hard for me. My brain does not do this. I have a background in math science.
Wow.
And it all left me. It's just,
wow.
it was gone with the head injury.
Yeah.
So I found it difficult, and I didn't feel like I was doing a good job. Anyway, I put in my notice after I got up here. They were nice enough to give me a try. But between everything that happened, after the car accident, my husband passed away a year later. I moved up here the following year. Breast cancer diagnosis. The following year, mom died.
Wow.
I was like, I'm just
That's
done.
a lot.
And so again, art therapy is what this was, and
Yeah.
I didn't have any vision that it would become this. I mean, you always kind of go, well, what if? But this is pretty neat that I get to do this, and that it works with, I'm much better now, but it's only because I get a chance to have my downtime. And I love getting to do this, and who would have thought? I would never in a million years have thought that I would be able to do this.
Yeah.
And I'm just so grateful.
Wow. So where did you get the model for the studio? to offer classes. Is this something you just visualized, or you saw it in other communities and went, okay, I can tweak and adapt? I mean, how did this come about?
I did not plan on having a studio.
Okay.
I had worked for a very short time after Mike passed away. I worked for a very short time in Reno at a paint and sip place.
Okay.
And then I remember thinking, this is cool, but I can't do this, because then it was still only just a couple of years out with the head injury. But they were my model pretty much.
Okay.
But I didn't plan on having a studio. What I was wanting to offer was art therapy classes, especially after going through the breast cancer stuff.
Okay.
Do you know, there were wonderful people out there who free massages just for people like me, just to calm us down. And I thought, well, what can I give back?
Yeah.
So I started trying to do art therapy on the weekends, still teaching.
And did you visualize you would go to places?
I
Okay,
did.
it wasn't they would come to you, but you, okay.
Yeah. Agape Coffee House in Payette was where I first started.
Okay.
They're wonderful. And you know, if you haven't been there, they're art focused.
Yeah.
And so she kind of gave me the idea to do more. I tried to do it with the Misty Clinic in Fruitland, but there was a lot of red tape, and they wanted me to do it when I was working, and I couldn't afford to just volunteer.
Right.
So I started doing this, but it was Casey Hoskins from Casey Girls that gave me my start, because she offered me that little tiny place. If you see it, you could touch the ceilings. It was so little, but it gave me the idea.
Yeah.
And you know, then COVID happened, and we were looking for a new place, and my dad is my business partner.
Okay.
And we were trying to rent a bigger place because it was taking off.
Yeah.
And this came open. It was just sort of fell into our laps.
Yeah.
So Dad bought the building. My dad. I couldn't do this without the gift of the parents that I have. He built my workbenches, my cubbies.
Wow.
My dad's very talented, and he's, every time I paint something else on the wall, he'd just shake his head going, well, I guess it's an art studio. But he's wonderful. So it's just kind of grown, and I did not plan on doing murals.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So talk to me about that. It went from paint classes, but then there's murals. So I've seen them all around town. I mean, tell me a few of these murals that you've done.
Oh boy. I first started doing just kind of logo murals. Patrick, he got me started doing logos for the different merchants that had been in his building. And so after he sort of tested me out, then he asked me to do the Weiser postcard mural. And I sketched some things up, we went over some stuff together, and we actually changed some of the designs in between, but we have that big swoosh with some of the icons of Weiser. And it's also got a nod to his family's cattle ranch with the red Angus down at the bottom, and a nod to some of these other things, and it's been fun.
Yeah.
And then the crowning touch was, of course, the dancing hot dog. It's Patrick. But I did the Weiser postcard mural, and from there I volunteered, donated a mural for the community center. It's a flag mural for the veterans, and that just sort of grew too, and that was so much fun. I gotta tell you, I had so many wonderful older people come and tell me their veteran stories while I was doing this, that I lost count.
Wow.
And I painted too many stars on the flag. I had to go back in and fix it. But they've been so nice. So.
And you did the pool this summer.
I did the pool this summer.
Yeah.
And a couple of private residents, and I did legends. I've done the back of the City Hall.
Yeah. I just always think it adds so much to our community. Yeah. It gives life to it. It gives color to it. I love that. So do you have visions of more things down the road?
Yes.
Yeah.
I would love to do at least one city mural a year. And so the pool was kind of, well, this one was first at City Hall, and then the pool, and it's not yet finished. I just ran out of good weather.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be picky about that, but I don't know what's next. I guess people give me all kinds of ideas now. And I would love to do a community project where other people help paint.
Yeah.
I did that with the drive-through nativity, where people painted, the backdrop, and then I added in the details.
Yeah.
And so I think that would be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that nativity is just come alive because of the work that you did. I don't know how many people have just said, wow, that's so amazing, the backdrop.
That's been a kick, and
Yeah.
I learned on that.
So tell us a little bit about how would people maybe sign up for a class or utilize the things that you're doing. Tell us a little bit about that part of it.
Well, there's a couple ways to sign up. Number one, I now have a website.
Okay.
And I have a person that manages that because
Okay.
I'm no good with websites.
Uh-huh.
So you can register online. There's a calendar with a picture of the events and stuff. But you can also come in. I do have a calendar with samples up in the front of the building. So you can even see it when I'm closed. And you can sign up that way or through Facebook. Also, if you message me or get a hold of me through my email, you can schedule and request classes.
Okay.
I've done more private parties lately,
Yeah,
birthday parties,
okay.
holiday parties. We did one as a memorial party. We painted a scene with fireflies because the cousin that died
Wow.
loved fireflies. So there's lots of
And you
ways.
don't have to be an artist. That's the thing, right? I mean, you
Yeah.
just have to be willing to try and be brave, right? And take some instruction.
Like I said, I think it's really just practice. A
Yeah.
lot of people expect to be perfect the first time, and it's not about that. It's not fine art. It's fun art. It's
Yeah.
lose yourself art. It's
Yeah.
enjoy it,
I
and
love it.
and plus, I can treat you like a second grader and go step by step.
Well, Bonnie, I just think what you offer to our community is so unique. It's so special, and art really is important. And so I hope people take advantage of it, utilize it, and people are looking for murals that you're doing.
I hope so. This has been fun. It's been a kick, and who would have thought that this in this little town would support itself, and it
Yeah.
does. And I'm thrilled. I can't believe I get to do this.
Yeah.
So thank you to my repeat customers. Maybe you guys can see my wall of fame in the hallway. It's amazing how many people have been here.
Yeah.
Amazing. It warms my heart.
Yeah.
So
Well, thank you for watching A Great Day with Hunter Mizar. We'll see you real soon.
thank you.